I'm going to demonstrate to you a basic seated shoulder press today. So I have the bench set up much like a chair, you'll notice. And from here, I'm going to grab 2 dumbbells. For this exercise, especially guys, don't stress about lifting super heavy weights. I'd much rather have you do an exercise with lighter weights in excellent form, especially when we're pressing overhead. Our shoulder joint is very mobile. We don't want to put that joint in a compromised position at all or tax things too much too soon. Especially when you're first attempting this exercise, take it easy. Always try lighter weights. If those feel super easy, then maybe bump it up a little bit. Okay, so I've got my weights here. One in either hand. I'm gonna let my back rest against the back of the bench. From there, I'm gonna pull my shoulder blades down on my back. I'm engaging my core even though I'm sitting down. I don't wanna be lazy while I'm here. I still wanna make sure that my body is nicely supported, not just by the bench, but also by its own musculature. From there, I am going to bring my arms out to either side of my shoulders at 90 degrees. I'll turn the bench sideways so you can see it, but my arms aren't back and behind my shoulders. They are actually slightly in front of my shoulders here. You'll also notice I've stacked my wrists over top of my elbows. Really commonly in this exercise, I see this. I am looking for this. There's a distinction there. Okay, keeping those shoulder blades pulling down on the back, I am next going to press the dumbbells up and overhead. They come almost all the way together. Mine tapped a little bit, that's okay if they do. Come on back down, nice and slow and controlled to that same starting position. Repeat 4 times, 4 reps. Being mindful that you're not dropping down here and getting that momentum to heave up the weights. So the reason I want to go sideways and down sideways for you is to talk a little bit more about shoulder positioning. I'm having you use the bench here, not just so that your body's supported, not just to make this a nice easy exercise for you. I have a reason. So when you bring your elbows out to either side and you pull your shoulder blades down on your back, you can actually use the bench as physical feedback. You can feel where your shoulder blades are in relation to the bench. And you can actually you can see my elbow moves a little bit as I try and push my shoulder blade in and down on that bench. And then from there, I am pressing. You'll notice my back stays on the bench while I'm pressing, not this scenario here. If you're pressing like this when you're seated, you better believe it's gonna transfer to pressing when you're standing, and that's gonna create heaps of problems for the back and possibly shoulder injuries as well. So try to avoid that. Keep your good form, keep those shoulders down and pressing into the bench while you're doing your seated shoulder press.